Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Pearls, the FBI is dropping bombshells in the Travis Decker manhunt. Decker, the Washington father accused of unaliving his three daughters, is now focused on a massive FBI press conference. Multiple campgrounds near Leavenworth have been shut down. DNA evidence has came back and agents say the noose is tightening. Does this mean Decker is still alive? I don't know. We're going to find out, hopefully, in this press conference on the other side of this.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is August 25th, 2025. It is currently 6:28 p.m. in the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello. Good to see you all. Really do appreciate you guys being here. Love you guys too. Is my mic turned on? I hope this mother chicka is. Can you hear me? My sound's off. Oh my god. Oh, that's why. Hold on 1 second. Okay, that should be better. Is that better? Are we good now? Hopefully that's better. Oh my lord, I'm telling you, it's been a whirlwind trying to get here today. So sorry about that, guys. I was using my camera mic, and that's not the mic we use around here. We use this one, don't we, Angel? Don't we? Thank you all so much for joining me. There is breaking news out of Washington state right now, and it is Travis Decker. The results came back from the lab about what they found and all of that. But there is some news. The FBI is closing down those parks again in hopes of finding Travis Decker. Now, we know Mr. Handsome Sheriff said he would not stop until he was found. And he seems like he's keeping that promise. Catherine coming in clutch, girl. How you doing? Good to see you, babes. Thank you so much, my dear. Guys, do me a favor before we get started. Please hit that thumbs up button, hit that thumbs up button, and share the live, share the live, share the love, and share the live. I would really, really appreciate that. Austin, I was going to say Austin, oh, Travis Decker, he is accused of unaliving his three most beautiful daughters in the most heinous way imaginable. And God bless Whitney, the mother. God bless that woman. She has been nothing but so gracious through all of this, unimaginable. Um, so yeah, all of that. Guys, we hit 30,000 subscribers last night again for the second time. Thanks to every one of you that has subscribed. I really, really do appreciate you. Truly. Thank you so much, my dear. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you, little Miss Canadian Cookie. Thank you, babies, for gifting 3 pearl necklaces. Wow. Thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you, my dear. If you received one of those, give our girl a big, big thank you because you have been promoted. You're one of our elite employees. Yeah, thank you so much. That's a old bit we used to do. I don't even know if I still have it pulled up. I don't think I still even have that video anymore. Thank you so much, dear Canadian Cookie, for gifting those pearl necklaces. And thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you as well. Good to see you, darlings. Good to see you. Well, the main thing is that you are careful, Miss Page, and thank you because we are portable. You can take us and carry us on the phone, on the tablet, wherever you are. Wherever you are. Thank you, Miss Angel. Appreciate you, darling. Good to see you, sweetheart. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to get on this press conference. It happened just a little bit ago. I was having some trouble, some technical trouble. So it's a rather long conference. So hopefully they give us some really good information. After this, guys, I will be back later this evening right after this live for at least one more live. We're going to try to get an update on Emmanuel, and I'm going to try to do the Edgar secret phone call. I've been trying to get that for days, the last couple days, and it's just been. Last week was a whirlwind. It was a whirlwind last week with everything going on. And what is today? Today's Monday. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Tomorrow there is court for Jake and Rebecca. So we'll hopefully get some more information. I've got some more information in Emmanuel's case as well. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Panda. Really do appreciate you, my dear. New update, Delvin Tate. He is not anywhere in or around Lake Odessa area. They searched in Tupper Lake Creek and Tupper Lake. Wow. Well, that's something, right? That's something. It's very mysterious, his case. It really is. It's very mysterious, especially after what you guys learned about the jail thing after that. So yeah, keep me posted on that, Panda. If there's anything I can do, honey, you know my digits. Thank you so much, baby. Appreciate you very much. Oh my God, Angel, thank you, honey. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you, Miss Angel. You are so good to me. I can't even tell you. If you received one of those Pearl memberships from our angel, our darling angel, make sure you say thank you. She is very, very good to me. Thank you, Miss Angel. Much love to you, my friend. Good to see you. Tina, good to see you, baby. How are ya? Yes, I saw Mr. McDreamy at Starbucks. You did? Did you give me my number? Give that sheriff my number. Just saying. I'd like to talk to him, about business. Thank you so much. I told him about our channel. Hi, Sheriff. Hi, darling. I asked him what his thoughts were on Decker is. Oh, I'd like to talk to him about Decker, about, I don't know, anything. Wow. Is he just as good looking in person? Thank you so much, Tina. Appreciate you. And Hobo, how you doing, darling? Thank you so much, my dear Hobo. You are so good to me. I really do appreciate you, my friend. So good to see you, Miss Hobo. Hopefully you and yours are well. If you received one of those, make sure you thank our dear Hobo for gifting that. Thank you so much, my dear. So without further ado, we're oh, okay. I just got your thing, Canadian cookie. You should check this out. It's okay. I'll check that out. Oh, I have not seen this. Where is this at? Michigan. Okay. I'll look at that. I'll look at that. All right, guys. So without further ado, we're going to get on to this press conference. Credit goes to our friends from WLUK TV Fox 11. Link will be provided in the description. And let me go ahead and drop that in here. Full credit goes to them. I'm a little bit late today. We got, school starts back tomorrow, so I've been running ragged for the last few days, and I'm tired. But that's neither here. Well, school starts back tomorrow, so you love a good presser. Hi, Joe. How you doing? Good to see you. TBN, thank you so much, my friend. Ted Bundy says hello. Hola, Ted. Hola. Hola, Ted. Hola. I don't think Ted is no longer speaking. Yeah. And if he's speaking, it's from beyond the grave. So he did. All right, here we go.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Thank you, sis. We didn't go back to school until
1, 2, 3.
September 4th.
Our press statements for FBI Seattle. You should have received copies of our press statements. They're also going to be emailed out today after the event. We're going to be doing a Q&A after we hear from our speakers. And when we open up for questions, please state your name and outlet before your question. Our speakers today are Peter Orth, and he's the Senior Supervisory Special resident agent for our Yakima and Tri-Cities resident agencies for FBI Seattle. We also have Sheriff Mike Morrison here today to speak with you. And so now I'll invite our speakers up to the podium to say a few words. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Peter Orth. I'm the Supervisory Senior Resident Agent for the FBI offices in Yakima and Tri-Cities. Thank you for joining us. The media is very important and plays a very important role in the ability of law enforcement to push information out to our communities. So thank you for helping us spread the word. At this time, the FBI is conducting a grid search operation today and tomorrow near the Rock Island campground. But I want to be clear that currently we have no evidence that Travis Decker is alive or dead. But we are conducting a grid search operation over the next 2 days.
I think I'm going to do a poll in here. Do we think Travis is alive or dead? That's what I'll do. I'm going to do a poll. So it's going to be popping up here in just a second.
Currently taking place right now. We hope to find evidence that will lead us to Travis Decker or any information regarding the murder of his 3 daughters. By thoroughly searching and documenting the area, we can help prevent the need to review the area in the future by collecting all possible evidence. Today, there are nearly 100 FBI and partner agencies personnel on the ground to participate in this search operation. We have specialty teams from the federal government and local partner agencies all deployed here today and tomorrow for this operation. For almost 3 months, the investigators, led by the Chelan County Sheriff's Office and the FBI, have carefully followed hundreds of tips regarding the search for Travis Decker in this investigation. It's taken us over rough terrain, difficult areas, multiple states, remote locations that are inaccessible. The residents and visitors of Chelan County know
we've seen the pictures, right? We went to Google Earth and we saw those lakes and stuff that was all around there. We know that he was alive afterwards, right? Because they saw him. They spotted him. Now, did he die after that? I don't know. I still think he's alive. I consider him alive until they find him alive or dead. So I still consider him alive because it's unresolved. It's very possible he could be dead, but he would have to be dead because if he is dead, it would have to be either did it himself or he's got infection or something.
Very
like
well that these areas are covered with vast dirt roads that stretch for miles, no cell phone service,
September,
many
baby.
other challenges.
It's crazy.
That effort gets more difficult as time goes on. The elements bury, they carry away, erode
Miss Holly,
the very items that
you
we're looking
darling.
to seek
Thank you.
and capture for the investigation. Our search teams today are out in 90+ degree weather trying to gather all this evidence. FBI Seattle wants to assure the communities in Leavenworth and Wenatchee, as well as Chelan County and Washington State, that this case is a priority for the FBI.
I don't know if he is still in that area though. That's the thing. But nobody has spotted him since. Right?
That is why we're here
That
today.
I'm aware of.
This is a beautiful area in which a heinous crime occurred. We are here to seek justice for Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia.
What did he do? So Travis Decker, he and his ex-wife were split up. He had custody during the weekends, and he picked up his 3 daughters, all under the age of 7. I think it was 7. And he took them to a campground and put bags over their heads until they suffocated. He lined them all up and put bags over their heads and zip strapped their hands until they suffocated. Just as evil as it gets. Can you imagine your parent coming up to you, zip strapping your hands, and putting a bag over your head, and you would be screaming? 3 girls was laying straight in a line, screaming, "Daddy, help me. Daddy, Daddy." And the SOB did it, in my opinion. And he's the only suspect out there. I bet he had been acting weird too, Horace. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think he got mad at
We're
Whitney.
here to find answers for their family, friends, and the community. And we are here to hopefully provide some measure of closure to their loved ones in this senseless tragedy. We want to thank all the hikers, campers, and the community for their patience as we had to close down a very popular area for recreation. I would ask people that were inconvenienced by this to consider themselves indirect contributors to the search operation. To the community, if you find any information that you think is helpful to this investigation, we're directing you to the U.S. Marshals tip line. Please report any information you feel is appropriate for the investigators to the U.S. Marshals. And Sheriff Morrison has some comments.
Well, this is the thing. Someone just said the winter will freeze him. This is the thing. There is it's so high in elevation. There is snow up on those mountains year round. It doesn't matter if it's January or July. Very high elevation.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here
There
again.
he
I
is.
just want to publicly recognize Peyton,
Get the
Evelyn, and
fans
Olivia
out,
again. We have
ladies.
not forgotten about them. We still send our thoughts and prayers up to them. We're thinking of their family during this time. But more importantly, I just want to say thanks to the Seattle office of the FBI and all the partnering offices that have also come out to support this current operation. We've made it very clear over the last 3 months that we have not given up. We've continued to track down leads. Our investigative unit continues to follow up on evidence that's coming back from the Washington State Patrol. We thank Chief Batiste and his agency for, again, being a valuable partner. You see them out there again today. I'd also like to thank the U.S. Marshals Service for also being out with us during our search. I'd also like to thank the Yakima County Sheriff's Office, the Yakima Police Department, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, and our agency for being out there, along with the U.S. Forest Service, the U.S. Army's Criminal Investigation Division, and Central Washington University's Anthropology Department. Again, we recognize Chelan County Sheriff's Office as a medium-sized agency. We couldn't do this investigation on our own without our partners coming alongside of us, providing us the resources we need in order to give the kind of investigation that these 3 young girls deserve, their family deserves, and more likely that our community also deserves. We want to bring closure. We want to bring answers. We understand the frustration. We're feeling it as well. It's been 3 months. We would love to have Travis Decker in custody, standing in front of a judge. We recognize that at times these kind of investigations take time. It's going to take perseverance. And as we saw with our partners in Okanagan County Sheriff's Office, after 3 years, they were able to track down their homicide suspect, unfortunately deceased. And
I mean, hell, he could be living in a suburb somewhere right now, for all we know. Working under the table. Who knows what the hell
homeless camp in Spokane.
Probably
we
not.
recognize that those are the kind of outcomes that do come over time.
Well, what do you
County
say right
Sheriff
there?
investigations take time. It's going to take perseverance. And as we saw with our partners in Okanagan County Sheriff's Office, after 3 years, they were able to track down their homicide suspect, unfortunately deceased, in a homeless camp in Spokane. We recognize that those are the kind of outcomes that do come over time. So it's going to take patience, understanding from our community. Again, we appreciate Whitney, her family, the girls' families and friends for being patient and understanding with the Sheriff's Office and everything possible to do a thorough investigation, following up on all leads,
I don't think
and not
so.
limiting any kind of resources that are available. I appreciate the funding that's come in to allow this kind of operation to take place today.
Think so.
You've seen this over the last several months with our partnering and neighboring agencies, not only nationally within the state, but also internationally that have followed up on leads on our behalf. Again, the Sheriff's Office and the citizens of Chelan County are appreciative. We'll continue to be appreciative. But again, we will not relent. We will not give up until this investigation is concluded and that Travis is accounted for and or taken into custody. Again, I appreciate your time. Thank you for being here, showing support for us, and we'll take any questions you may have.
Sheriff Michelle Esteban from Como News. Could you be specific about why this is such a targeted location? It seems to be site specific. What has led investigators here?
Absolutely. So this is the primary area where the initial crime took place. We've had our agents, our investigators, along with the U.S. Marshals Service and our volunteer search and rescue team that did a thorough grid search around the initial campsite. We had our investigators embedded in with that process. The FBI is now following up behind to expand that out. Based off the information that we've received back from behavioral analysis on a possible outcome of how this may have gone or where Travis may have gone, we wanted to expand our efforts out. And further, we want to support and provide a solid foundation for our investigation and what areas we have searched for future investigators when they come on scene if we haven't settled this or found Travis in the next couple of years. But it's going to take us some time, and we're going to continue to do a thorough search and continue to expand out around the initial crime scene to ensure we didn't miss anything. I believe we did a thorough search initially, but again, when we come back with new technology, more resources, more personnel, that allows us to better document what we have covered for future investigations.
And Sheriff Morrison, Brady Wakayama with King 5 News. How did you folks decide on the time, on how long you planned on being out here, just 2 rather than a week or, less time or more time? Why is it only just 2 days?
Based off the resources we had, and again, I'll let the FBI follow up further as they're the ones leading this investigation and the follow-up operation. It seemed appropriate with the amount of ground we were trying to cover. And again, we're mapping it out. If we need to expand further, I understand that they can take more time to expand out. But again, we've agreed on those 2 days. We'll reassess once that time frame comes to an end.
And how much ground are we trying to cover over the next 2 days?
As I understand it, we're going about a quarter-mile radius around the campsite. If we need to expand out further, we will. Based off investigations and follow-up we've done with the U.S. Marshals Office.
Does he look more gray now than he did before? He looks like he's more gray now. I think Travis Decker has probably added him some gray
Looking
hair.
into similar cases, we found that historically and typically you found the homicide suspect and those responsible within a quarter mile of the scene, either alive and or deceased.
Is there any new evidence that you've uncovered that you can share with us that led you to this location?
No, again, it's just due diligence, making sure that we're checking our boxes and doing everything we can to best map it out in the future in case there comes a time where I'm not in office or our investigators aren't in office. It's well documented. There's a well-established history. Anyone can pick up where we left off. We saw this with the Green River Killer case that started in the early 80s, expanded out in the early 2000s. I can tell you that a lot of the investigators that were assigned to that case had long since retired. Once he was taken into custody, again, we want to lay that kind of foundation in case our investigation goes that long. But we remain committed and going to make sure that we do a thorough job.
Sheriff, are you guys still using the air resources as well, or is this all search today?
This is all ground, but we do have air resources if we need to call them back in. And we appreciate the FBI for taking point on that. We also appreciate Spokane Police Department that brought their drone unit before. We've had our drone unit out, along with Spokane County, Snohomish County, King County, our air units, and Washington State Patrol's fixed wing. So we know if we have to call upon them, they will be available. But at this time, we understand that getting boots on the ground and into the thicker brush is probably our best point leading forward.
Sheriff, is there kind of a rush to get out here and possibly try to get things settled? I know that you're closing for the next 2 days, but Memorial or the next holiday is right around the corner. Do you guys foresee
I thought they caught him.
expanding into other areas, or is this just going
Didn't they catch him?
for the next few days and then we'll just wrap up before the holiday?
We've never been rushed. So this is an investigation looking into the homicide of 3 young girls. If it requires us to expand our time out on the ground further, we'll do so. We're going to start off with 2 days. We understand that they're limited resources. These are taxpayer dollars that we're utilizing. We're not going to be wasteful with them, but we're going to make sure to be thorough. If we need to go out to the end of the week, we will. The holiday weekend is not going to obstruct our investigation or slow us down. We understand it may be an inconvenience for those who want to come here and recreate. We are a tourist destination. We recognize that, but we're also 2,900 plus square miles. There's other places to camp. We appreciate the community support, those visitors support, and we understand this does present an inconvenience, but there are a lot of other areas where you still can recreate, camp here within our county. We welcome you, but for the time being, that area is closed for operations. And if we need to expand out, we will, but we've never been in a hurry. We're going to be thorough. We're going to be detailed because justice remains on it. So it depends on us. We want to make sure that we're doing everything possible to present a strong case when we get to court.
And Sheriff, you may have mentioned this before, but what additional resources are in this search versus previous ones? What's the difference?
I'll allow the FBI to expand out more on what they brought to the table, but I can tell you just the resources available from the units that are coming in. I've cited the U.S. Marshals Service, the FBI. This is the first time that I've seen the U.S. Army's Criminal Investigation Division on the ground too. We've had electronic sniffing dogs. We've had specialists in different fields. So we're just expanding out with what we have available to the criminal justice system, and that's not available to the sheriff's office. And again, we couldn't do this without the FBI's support, and we're grateful for that.
you might be repeating yourself, but would you mind just sort of emphasizing what role the FBI will play and how they're going to take the lead in this search and why?
They are the leads in this search. They're the ones that put forth the personnel, the funding, the coordination, the logistics. Again, we thank them. We appreciate them coming all the way over here and doing this. We understand what kind of a time consumption this is, what a resource consumption this is. Again, we could not do this without our federal partners. We're thankful for our federal partners, FBI, U.S. Marshals, Homeland Security Investigation. We've had Border Patrol out here assisting us as well. Just thankful for our federal partners, our local partners, our state partners, and we'll continue to work with them as best we can.
Can you talk a little bit about, I mean, the slightly emotional side? I know it has been almost 3 months to the day at this point. We're still looking. This is still something that people think about every day.
Mhm.
Households. Can you talk a little bit about maybe if it's a little bit deceiving to still be doing this today?
It's not defeating for us. We don't give up. We understand that the girls would not want us to give up, but I did talk with Whitney last night over the phone. I get her frustration. Of course, she wants the kind of closure where we can locate Travis and bring him to justice. And we also understand that our community is frustrated. We hear the comments back from the community as well saying, why haven't you guys found him yet? And of course, bringing up suggestions. We hear you. We're trying our best.
I wonder what Whitney thinks about this. I mean, she needs this for her closure. She needs this badly.
We're doing what we can with the resources we have. We don't get frustrated, though. We're not going to give up. We understand this could take years, and we'll be here. If it's not me wearing this uniform, it'll be another Chelan County Sheriff's deputy. It'll be another FBI agent. It'll be another U.S. Marshal. This is not going to go away till Travis is located. And again, we're going to continue to persevere, grind on, and we will find him in one fashion or the other.
Can you speak a little bit?
Current award that the U.S. Marshal Service is offering is $20,000. And I know I've heard calls from the public, why don't you raise that amount? Again, we don't control that. We appreciate the U.S. Marshals for putting in the work that they have, having Travis be in the spotlight that he is in, and also the funds that have been made available to turn him in. I don't think there's anything saying that members of the public couldn't come up with their own funds to offer up. But again, I would tread lightly in there because fraud is a real thing. But again, we're pursuing forward with justice. We hope that individuals do take the award as a serious offer, and we'll continue to work with the Marshal Service. If we're able to get additional funding, we're grateful for that as well.
Can you speak a little bit to, I know we've talked about the terrain extensively, his military training, but what is the likelihood with the type of weapon experience that Travis Decker is alive at this point?
Yeah, we'd never presume that he's alive or dead until he's accounted for, found in one fashion or the other. I said it before, I don't believe he's special in any way. He was part of the military. I appreciate his service. Right now, he's a criminal at large. He's wanted for murder and kidnapping. We have other individuals on the ground that are more trained, our instructors in this field, are actual survivalists. And I feel like we have the right members on our team. And he's got a lot of people hunting against him. I've said it before, he's got to be perfect every single day. We just have to be perfect once. And if he is still alive, I got to imagine he's pretty tired by now. But we understand the likelihood that there could be a potential that he is deceased. But until we find him, alive or dead, we're going to continue to search.
They've had to get some type of tip or something, I'm wondering. Like, why now? Why out of all this time are they revamping this? Thank you, Jana. Yeah, they should be putting pressure, yeah.
Question for Agent Orth, if I could. Sir, the question was asked, sir, about resources. Jefferson Robbins with NCW Live TV. The question was asked about FBI resources. I know this is characterized as a grid search, but can you say anything about the people involved in the grid search? Are there people with specialties?
They're asking questions. They're not mic'd up, but he'll talk in a second.
Yeah, absolutely. So we brought in people with specialty skills. The FBI maintains what's called the evidence response team. We have many of those individuals embedded with the teams. We have members of the FBI SWAT team embedded with each of the search teams that are out there. And to be clear, there are a number of search teams that are searching this area. It's not one big team moving around. It's several smaller teams. So we have those experts there. We have experts from outside agencies that are here. So we have electronics experts currently on the ground right now at the Rock Island campground. So any possible investigative or search personnel that would bring an expertise to the table, they are here today.
The notice of the closure of the the Forest Service area came out on Friday. How far in advance was this operation planned?
It's something we've been discussing for a while. It takes a long time to put this many resources, 100 people together with the right expertise in the same place at the same time. We also didn't want to, impact the public unduly because this is such a popular area. So I would just say weeks and weeks. This has been in the works. Maybe actually more than that.
Were you counting on this weather?
We'll take it. We'll take it.
And once more, when do you guys plan on reopening this area? Obviously,
Yeah.
as we discussed,
Can y'all hear me?
potentially 2 days to start, potentially longer, but what about now?
So right now, the game plan is for the area to be reopened Tuesday evening to the public. If we will change that, if something during the search dictates that we need to, but at this point, it will be reopened
Hear me?
Tuesday evening.
Yeah, for sure.
What time? Do we have a
Yeah, the Forest Service websites posts a specific time. I believe it's roughly 5 o'clock. The Forest Service website has it for sure.
When we're talking about this search, is it day and night, or are we doing like a 9 to 5 search? What does that look like?
So it's more daylight hours is when we're searching. Even though it's really hot, we're searching daylight hours. We are going to have personnel overnight at the scene, but they will not be conducting the search. But it's daylight hours searching. That gives us the highest probability of spotting something visually, because this is just an old-fashioned ground search. As Sheriff said,
Maybe.
boots on the ground, eyeballs looking at the ground. And for anybody who's gone into this area,
But this is the thing. If he is in that area now, right? If he is still in that area, nobody is missing anything. He has to have food and supplies, right? So he's got. If he's in that area there, I don't think he's alive. If he's outside of that area, perhaps. And like someone said in chat, maybe they just want to really clear that area now to make sure he is somewhere else.
and height, they know it's thick and dense. For anybody who's gone into this type of area and bushwhacked, which is what the teams are doing now, they know it's incredibly intense. And so it's just very manpower intensive.
And you say overnight personnel, what's their role in all this?
Scene security. Yeah, the scene is locked down. We don't want people coming in at night. So we have personnel have locked the scene down.
Is it unusual for the FBI to be involved in a search like
The
this?
water is
Why-
not
why
the problem. Yeah.
No, it's not.
You would get
This
used
is
to
a
that
federal
very
crime. There's a
quickly.
federal warrant
It's the
out for
food.
Travis Decker. And so it's not unusual. The FBI can bring, as we've talked about today, a tremendous amount of resources to these problems.
I mean, essentially, all of our water comes from the lake or a river, right? So, yeah, I mean, the water is not the problem. It's the food and the shelter and the medical.
A rural area, remote, no cell phone service. We can bring those resources to the table. We can partner up with our law enforcement partners to be force
Could be.
multipliers. But at the end of the
Could be
day,
that.
there's a federal crime, several federal crimes that have been committed. And so we're shoulder to shoulder with the sheriff's office.
Okay.
Why now? It's been almost 3 months. You guys have gone over this a
Mhm.
number of times. Several agencies have. You've gone back to Rock Island a few times. Why now? Do you think you'll actually find something different?
Well, we have to believe that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being. You can't be too thorough in a search like this. Like I said, it is such incredibly dense vegetation that anybody who walks down one of these trails could walk 10 meters off the trail and no one would ever know they're there. And so by coming in with a very, I would say, sophisticated search operation where everything has been divided up by GPS coordinates, responsibilities have been divided up very specifically. It's going to be documented
Fisher.
electronically and visually what ground has been searched, what's been cleared, so that potentially future teams that come in don't need to go over the same area.
Is there a fear that it
I don't know.
late? I mean, there's been campers there. There's been people walking through that.
He
area.
was a trained survivalist.
No, it's definitely, it's never too late to go look for evidence. So no, we don't.
So, I mean, he was trained in survivalist. He didn't take his phone. He didn't take his wallet, nothing. He walked away.
feel that way.
So I just want to be clear, is there a break in the case here? Does that have anything to do with why you're targeting this area? Or is it what I'm hearing? We just need to be abundantly thorough and cover that grid, which we know we can do in 2 days.
We need to be abundantly thorough and cover that grid very, very thoroughly, because the overgrowth, things on the ground get grown over very quickly. So we just want to be very thorough.
So the way he's making it sound, there's nothing that they've learned. They just want to go back to my screen is paused. Yes, I am paused. Shit. Okay, 1 second, y'all. Sorry about that. I was frozen. All right, here we go.
There is no break in the case, to use your term.
Okay. And the
Break in
equipment
the
they're going to be
case.
using, is this just like machetes? I mean, are they bushwhacking through?
What,
I mean, what,
so
is there
there's
any heavy equipment?
nothing
'Cause with
special.
that terrain, you
So
probably can't.
we have communications equipment back there because there's no cell phone service at all, but we have communications equipment back there so teams can be
Thank you, Holly.
connected with our resources at
darling.
FBI headquarters, outside resources if we need to bring additional things in. So the sheriff's office and the FBI can speak. But really, it is old-fashioned hard work, people walking through the woods, looking at the ground within sight of each other, not missing a single square foot, to make sure that this area that we were responsible for has been cleared and there's nothing of interest here. We need to now look somewhere else.
Okay.
Kevin Teeter, KHQTV. Are you confident that 2 days is enough to cover this, what was it, quarter-mile radius beyond the campground?
Yeah, as of now, this is the right amount of time. We may actually be able to expand outside the quarter mile, depending on how the search teams do this afternoon and tomorrow. We may actually go further out than what we initially intended. So,
And I suspect, I don't want to assume that you agree with the sheriff, that historically, when you look at other cases, perhaps that are somewhat similar, oftentimes you may find your suspect within that radius. Do you believe that? And,
yeah.
and is that why? Can you just speak to that for a second?
Yeah, the FBI believes that too, that, generally in these cases, not all the time, but a good amount of time, what we're looking for is not vastly different than the area where the crime occurred. So that is why we've centered our search operation today on where the crime occurred.
Okay. Does anybody think he's got any sort of help?
We're open to all possibilities.
Is there a water element to this search? The river's been searched once or twice. Yeah. Morrison was on one of those searches. This time around too?
Sheriff, you want to speak to the water search? The FBI has a team up there right now from the Spokane County Sheriff's Office that's evaluating the area, but I don't believe they're in the water today.
So we brought Spokane County Sheriff's Office's dive team in. There were certain areas that our Swiftwater team could not access just because if you're diving underneath log jams. That was an area that we didn't have the equipment for. So Spokane County, thanks to Sheriff Knowles, has offered up their dive team to come in, search areas that we weren't able to get to. They should have their scuba gear, their dive tanks. That's going to allow us to get into areas that, again, we weren't able to access. The National Park Service wasn't able to access. But we feel pretty confident with our Swiftwater team being in the water twice now to conduct searches since the water's come down. The National Park Service's Swiftwater Rescue Team been in the water for over 4 days. And now we have Spokane County Sheriff's Office's dive team going in the water too. We feel very confident the water's been covered thoroughly. But again, we'll utilize what resources we have and make sure that we didn't leave any stone unturned.
Beyond the grid search, do you guys have any other specific areas that you're keeping an eye on?
So for today, the operation is the grid search centering at the Rock Island campground. There are lots of areas that are interesting around here, of course, that a man can travel to on his 2 feet. But today we're just focused on the Rock Island campground area.
Possible. He doesn't really know anybody in the area, though. They're not from this area originally. Is it possible? Yeah, sure is.
What kind of clues might you be looking for? Like maybe Kirk's lose ball caps or shoes or something.
Yeah, we're looking for anything interesting that is in the wilderness that would be left there by a person, specifically a man trying to evade law enforcement. So we're looking for anything.
Have there been any recent sightings?
Pardon me?
Are you guys still hearing from tips on that tip line?
Yeah, absolutely. Tips still
I'm
come
going
in,
live
and
on
every one of
Sebastian
them
here
is
in a little bit.
evaluated. Like I said, the FBI and partner agencies, the sheriff's office, the marshals have cleared literally hundreds and hundreds of tips one by one. An agent or an investigator
He wasn't
or team of
physically abusive.
investigators is clearing each one of those tips. They are still coming in. Yes.
Have
Not
there been any
really.
sightings recently in this area that we might not know of?
Not from the FBI's perspective. I don't know, Sheriff, if you followed up anything recently.
So we've had reported sightings. We've had our partnering agencies, and of course our agency also tracked down. They have not turned out to be Travis, but again, we appreciate the community remaining vigilant, reporting it to us. And again, we're not going to overlook any investigation or tip that comes in. So we get it. Just our most recent sighting that we documented over there in Idaho. Clearly, that did not turn out the way we wanted to, but we appreciated the public again being aware of what was going on. Most recently here, I was talking with the sheriff with King County. It sounded like one of their council members that also viewed someone potentially when they were out hiking the Pacific Crest Trail. King County Sheriff's Office went out and did a follow-up on that. We appreciate it. We know they're spending around 12 hours more, from what I understand, doing a search, following up on that information. But again, it didn't pan out. But we continue to get it. Even today, as I was going through my mailbox, we had a couple more potential sightings that came in. We'll forward it back over to our partners of the U.S. Marshals Service and our investigators. But we do have things that we're following up on. And again, we appreciate the public for helping us out.
Sheriff, would you mind just reminding me, has there ever been a sighting of him right in that Rock Creek campground, Rock Island campground, after the bodies were recovered?
There was one potential sighting that we had with our search crew when they were up in the enchantments area in the helicopter. We did track that down, but I'd also point out when Kittitas County, thanks to Sheriff Myers and his staff for following up and helping us out. They had an individual that was a potential sighting that took off running from them. They did catch up, and unfortunately, we just found out it was an individual who didn't like law enforcement. I don't think it's the first time we probably experienced that in our careers, but we get those kind of incidents as well.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you guys.
Everyone
Appreciate
for
your
coming.
time.
Thanks.
All right, so there we have it. Travis Decker. They are closing all of that area, and there is a new during the press announcement, Chelan County Mike Morrison said the FBI Seattle office will be leading the ongoing search across rugged and heavily forested terrain. Quote, the areas being searched are extremely challenging and steep hillsides, dense brush, minimal cell service, and unpredictable conditions. Over the past 3 months, it's been 3 months, investigative teams hold on, something's going on here. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. Over the past 3 months, investigative teams led by the Sheriff's Office investigative unit have pursued every lead and searched vast remote areas in hope of locating Travis Decker or any evidence that might bring us closer to answers. This has been a painstaking and difficult task, and I want to personally commend all involved for their dedication, the sheriff said, end quote. Under the FBI, 100 personnel have been brought onto the search, including special agents, intelligence analysts, and task force officers. Specialty units such as evidence response team, SWAT, electronic technicians, medical personnel, and a mobile command post. Experts from the FBI Critical Incident Group, also known as, FBI's Critical Incident Response Group, also known as CIRG, SIRG, and laboratory division who bring national expertise in child abduction cases, crisis response, and forensic analysis. The sheriff continued that at this time, no conclusive evidence has been found to indicate whether Travis Decker is alive or dead, but all involved agencies will not stop until they have exhausted every possible avenue to find him and bring closure to the case. The FBI said they will initially focus on a grid search within a mile of the crime scene and are prepared to spend years on the investigation. Years. I hope it doesn't take that. I really hope it doesn't take that at all. That would be bad. That would be bad. Really, for Whitney, too. I mean, that's just insanity. To me, that's just not big enough, is it? How big did they say it was? Within a mile. That's not big enough, is it? 1 mile? That's not big enough. I mean, he's been out there for 3 freaking months. Dead or alive. I mean, if he's alive, one square mile, that is huge. Is it? I mean, that doesn't seem big enough to me. Not for 3 months. I don't know. You're brushing your puppy? That's so cute. That's so cute. And they continue. We need to be abundantly thorough and cover the grid, said FBI officials, adding that the extra resources and equipment will allow them to cover more search area, document it visually and electronically, which that's important, and make it so any future search teams will know what's been searched and what has been cleared, so they do not need to go over the same areas again. We are not going to leave any stone unturned, said Sheriff Morrison. Public access to the campground is expected to be restored Tuesday evening. So for those of you that don't know about this case, this investigation into the tragic death of 3 little girls, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker, confirmed that their father, Travis Decker's, remains the sole suspect of their murders, with DNA evidence linking him and only him to the crime scene. The bodies of the 3 sisters, ages 5, 8, and 9, were discovered on June 2nd, 2025, near the Rock Island campground along Icicle Creek, and each with plastic bags over their head with with their wrists zipped. Let me see if y'all can y'all hear me now? It went out again. Yeah, I'm good. I should be now. I should be good now. Can you hear me? Okay. Did y'all heard that 2 of the victims had 2 separate bags over each of their heads? One of them had 3 bags over her head. 2 bags and 3 bags. 2 bags on 2 each, and then one had 3. I don't know why the one had 3. I know that there was other bags strewn along the ground whenever the girls were found as well. There was a press release that in writing. Let me see this real quick. See what
Also
the,
developing tonight, the search for this man, Eric Decker, continues in Central Washington. Decker's
Hold on, what
suspected
did she say?
continues in Central Washington. Decker search for this man, Eric Decker, continues in Central
she said Eric Decker. Is that his real
Washington.
name?
Decker suspected of killing his
Travis.
3 young daughters nearly 3 months ago. To aid their search, the FBI is closing a number of campgrounds and hiking trails in the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest. They will reopen on Tuesday. The renewed search efforts come days after new details were released about the crime scene where the girls were found. Details the Chelan County Sheriff says reaffirms Decker is the only suspect in the murders. A list of closed trails and campgrounds is available on our website for you at comonews.com.
Let's get a live look outside here on this weather
I
warm day.
can't
There's
even
the view
begin
of
to say how evil this man is. He is so evil. I mean, to let those babies lay there and just suffer until they could not scream anymore is beyond. So, we're going to check the poll here and see what it says. How many votes do we got? 653 votes. 654. And do you believe Travis Decker is alive? 57% says yes. 42% says no. So a little bit more than half believes he's still alive. And it's pretty close, right? Which one? What do you mean, which one? Which one, Justin? Oh my God, so many. Put him, Jake, Don, Edgar together. Yes. Send them to a private island. Their choice, right? Oh, look at this. ABC might get me. If my live stream goes down, that's why. Gotta play the music high.
Suspected of killing his daughters have released new video. It shows Travis Decker interacting with officers in Washington state on May 27th. Detectives say the Army vet received a ticket for a fender bender.
This is that asshole right there. Right there he is. After he got this fender bender, he had like 2 wrecks in just a couple days of each other. And then Whitney, he had tried to get back with Whitney. Whitney said no. And I don't think he was seeing a doctor. I think he just
5 days later,
snapped.
his daughters were found dead near a campground east of Seattle. A $20,000 reward is being offered in the case.
Time now for your morning weather.
Good morning. Concerns for morning weather. So sorry. So there's that. Let me see if there's anything. Yeah, we saw that one. Poor little girl. He probably looks like a bearded dragon now or something like that. I mean, he was a little bit. Look at those angels. Look at this devil. He looks so different without his facial hair. I mean, how in the world? I'm muted? No, I'm not muted. And he never was that good looking dragon. I mean, he's those poor girls. Okay, there's the body camera of him with his leg up. I'll make that bigger. Look at him there. I wish someone could have taken him out there. Someone sent me something. What? Okay. Yep. Okay, got that. Thank you. He is, yeah, he is misty. He must be living off the land, maybe. See, the neighbor said that they got eggs taken and all that, but uh, my working again. Hell's wrong with this today. But I mean, it's very, very far up in. It's so beautiful. This is the area that he killed them. There was a tent left there. There was a tent left there. I think he just left the tent, the vehicle, the children. Like, how could someone? I mean, Whitney believes, from what I understand, the way she talks, is that this is a mental health thing. They're probably behind on the stream. The people are saying I'm muted, probably behind on the stream. But people who think that, I just cannot chalk this down to mental, though. And that's where I have to respectfully disagree with Whitney, because if he was mental, just mental, he would not, in my opinion, have ran. Right? If he's running and knows what he did was wrong, then that's just not good enough for me. Because people who are, so to speak, crazy, they don't know they're crazy. Crazy people don't know they're crazy. And that's the difference. Maybe she wants or needs to believe that. Well, she said this isn't a judge thing or anything like that. She says this is a healthcare thing. And she said it was very hard for Travis to get the mental help that he needed. You're not cray-cray. Everyone feels cray-cray sometimes, but you're not. Well, he spoke to the neighbors, like when he was picking up the girls that evening. And Whitney said he seemed a little quiet, which was unusual for him, for Travis to be quiet while, he was picking up the girls, because Travis usually talked quite a bit. But that evening he was quiet. Now, he could have been quiet because he knew what he was going to do. He possibly could have been quiet, I guess, because he was having a mental health issue or snapped or whatever. But again, if he's been running for 3 months, knowing that his daughters, 3 funerals at one time, the oldest 9 years old, it's unspeakable. Really unspeakable. That's exactly, thank you so much. That's exactly right. I think he wanted to make Whitney suffer. Okay, you don't want me? I'm going to take your world. And that is by taking all 3 of them. That's what, in my opinion, he thought. Catherine, thank you so much, my dear, for renewing your membership. My lovies. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, baby. Appreciate you very much. Because just days before, he wanted to get back with Whitney. He actually told the girls, which to me, in my opinion, was a manipulation tactic for him. He told the girls, Daddy's moving back in. And of course, the kids told Whitney that, Mom. And Whitney got in touch with Travis. And she's like, you know better than that, Travis. You don't say that because you know it's not true. I said, he's the one that asked for the fucking divorce. That's the thing. He asked for this divorce, not Whitney. He did not want to be a parent. He didn't want to be a husband. He thought that everything, because listen, when you are that parent, when you are that responsible person, especially when you first become a parent, if your friends and stuff are going out or whatever, you don't get that. You don't get that to go whenever you want to go, right? Excuse me. You don't get to do that, right? Your travel plans change. Everything changes in your life. And he asked for this divorce. And now, sometimes people think the grass is greener on the other side, right? And sometimes it looks greener, but that's because it's fertilized with bullshit most of the time, right? So, or it's turf. It's not really grass, right? It's fake as press on nails. And so people always think sometimes the grass is always greener. And I think most of us have thought at that at least some point in our life. That's our life lessons. I know I have. But you learn with age that the grass isn't always greener. And I've learned, for me, that sometimes thinking the grass is greener, it's the idea. But once you're in that situation, you're like, okay, maybe it wasn't that greener. I just thought the idea of that would be better. Some people are fooled by their ideas of what something will be when it's really not, right? And I think that was the case for Mr. Travis. And I think Whitney was an incredible wife to Travis. I knew she had to have been, because even after he has done unspeakable harm to the things that their daughters, that they should have cared for the most, she still was obviously mad, but she was still way more compassionate than I could have ever been to him. And so that tells me, in my opinion, she had to have been a very good, understanding wife. Lady Gracious asked me married 4 times. Right. Yeah. So this was what Travis wanted. He wanted the divorce. But you don't always get it your way, right? It's not Burger King here. You haven't lived until you have had a marriage end badly. Ugh. It's, I'm so far thankful about that. And I can't imagine. I can't imagine going through a DV, like domestic violence or mental things that people put you through and all of that. So, and having kids makes it so much more worse, right? It was my fault, kind of. Well, I mean, you could maybe contribute. It takes two to tango, right? But there's always things we could have done better. But also, some people don't want to change. They just don't want to change. What do you mean, Lisa? He's been missing for 3 months. He didn't rob any gas station. Prayers, Judy. Okay, guys, so I'll be back here in just a few minutes. We're either going to go live on Emmanuel or the Chris Proudfoot secret phone call. No, I deleted it. Cheapskate, there was a press conference. If you just scroll on back right there, they talk about the FBI's on it now, and they're doing a lot of deep searching the next couple days. Yeah, I deleted it. I believe she sleeps with a weapon on her side. I don't know, but I just hope she's as okay as can be expected. There was a lot of money raised for her. It was one of the biggest GoFundMes I'd ever seen when this happened. And like Whitney, she struggled to make ends meet. Like, she didn't live in any type of fancy house by any stretch of the imagination. So that's one thing I'm glad now, is that like she won't have to worry about going back to work for a while. Thank you, Marilyn. Love you too, Miss Daly. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, everyone. No, it will not bring her back her babies. No, not at all. Justin sent you meet up tomorrow, Sheriff's Office for Sebastian. Meet up tomorrow. Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna be covering it just here in a little bit. All right, guys. Much love. I'll see y'all in just a little bit. Thank you.